people are hunkering down. People lucky enough to get out to the store and survive it are washing down the goods they buy when they get back to their kitchen, ideally. Give us a window into your reporting. Give us a window into Mitch McConnell's thinking right about now.
In a phone interview today, I spoke to Leader McConnell at length about how he sees upcoming congressional negotiations. Every American knows that the Congress passed a $2.2 trillion bill, an economic rescue package, last week. The president signed it into law. The question is, what's next? Speaker Pelosi has begun to outline some of her own ideas, things she would like to see included in the next round of negotiations. She's talked about direct mail voting. She's talked about reducing state and local tax caps. She's looking at an array of initiatives. In my interview today, it became clear that Leader McConnell wants to take a bit of a pause on those kind of discussions at this point as phase 3 is implemented. And he said to me that he believes Speaker Pelosi should stand down on her wish list, her agenda items at this moment. He can envision in the coming weeks, maybe in late April, early May, some bipartisan congressional discussions. But at this point, he was non-committal on something like infrastructure, which Speaker Pelosi has been pushing. He thinks the Congress is already spending too much money. So what we're really looking at big picture is Congress and Capitol Hill at a standstill as the country faces an economic travesty on many fronts.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.